Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
What up, party people? It's your boy Rodney Perry, and you're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. Shouts out to Young Money, our first guest for the day. Well, not our first guest, but he's already in the chat, ready to rock and roll. Darnell, what up? How are you? Welcome to the show, official YouTube. Thank you for the YouTube listeners, man. YouTube viewers, man. Our YouTube viewership has been growing exponentially. So mad love, mad respect. Really appreciate y'all. I got some top 10s for the day that I want to cover, man. And again, the show is growing and we can't do it without you. Let's get right into it. My co-host for the day, two comedians I respect immensely. My first co-host, part of the dark skin clan, flat out funny. Like, she one of the people that I had to pull back sometimes. Like, Keith, you can't say that. But you can't stop her. She won't be denied. She will roast your ass, and you don't want to follow her. Welcome to the show, sweet baby Keita.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
How you doing, Keita? You got your face looking good today.
What's going on?
Hold on. She done disappeared. Hello. What Keita doing? Anyway, my next co-host had the pleasure of playing the Stardom with her. Funny lady. Very opinionated. I feel like she gonna slap somebody. It's going down eventually. Miss Eunice, Elliott, welcome to the show.
Hey, Rodney. I would never slap anyone. I would never slap anyone unless they really, really needed it. It would just be like a push in the right direction. Like, go that way. You going the wrong way. A love touch.
I'm pretty sure that's still a slap, though. I'm just gonna throw it out there. It's still a slap. Let's have both my co-hosts in here, sweet baby Keita, and the homie Eunice Elliott. Thank y'all for coming in. How y'all doing today, ladies?
I'm good. I'm up early. I'm just different.
Hey, Keita, I see your brain like, why are we up?
What? Right. My brain is like, why we up? We had drinks last night. I put myself to sleep with wine every night.
Hold on. Let me get my partner, Candace Latoya. She told me the same thing this morning. She said, Rodney, I can't.
Right.
Hilarious.
I can't. I'm heavy on the Starbucks this morning.
You got a big milk jug full of
the venti.
Oh, that's crazy. All right. So, ladies, y'all out here in these Atlanta streets. Is dating as hard as it looks?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Hell yeah.
What you mean?
Not just Atlanta streets, all the streets, all of them.
Okay.
All the streets. Because we're female. Like, they feel like we ain't funny as them. They feel like we can't bring it like they bring it. We're going to talk about dick. Can I say dick?
Too late.
I'm sorry. Penis.
I'm talking about Keita. I'm talking about dating, but it's some challenges just being a female comic, is what you're saying.
Right. Dating is even worse because everybody think you're gonna be funny. Like when I'm serious, I'm serious. Like when I get off that stage, I'm no longer Sweet Baby Keita. I'm Lakita Chroma, and I'm looking for somebody for Lakita Chroma. I don't want to keep having I can't even tell people I'm a comedian. Not till after I done dated them.
So wait, if I meet you at a club, how do you keep it away?
I don't meet people at my shows. That means they're groupie, or I don't like that feeling.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that.
That's interesting to me. I mean, and you think you at clubs probably 80% of your time. Eunice, you have similar problems?
Yeah, I was gonna say just being a woman in any industry, any field, dating, comedy. The first problem is people don't generally see women as people. So that's where you already kind of lose your way, because people don't respect women. When I say people, I mean men. Don't respect women the way they would want to be respected. They don't value their opinion as much as they value their own opinion. So in anything, as a woman, when you walk into the room, you already fighting an uphill battle from the preconceived notion. But as a comedian, yeah, before you even get introduced, a comedian will say, "Oh yeah, she's so fine," or "This gonna be my baby," and so they've already set you up to be looked at versus be laughed at.
Wow. I mean, one of my personal pet peeves that I hear comics do to bring up a lady, y'all ready for a female?
Right. Oh, I hate that.
That's horrible. Because the reason they say that is kind of like, oh, we got the little special one come. It kind of lowers expectation versus this is the next performer, this is the next comedian. If they can't figure out I'm a woman, then it didn't matter.
Wow.
These titties said what they needed to say.
Pretty much that part. Yeah.
So what is your pet peeve as far as your male counterparts in the game, Keita?
That what you just said, that is off top the worst thing that you could do for me. And when I'm the headliner a lot of times, Eunice, the headliner a lot of times, men get in front of me and want to do their whole HBO special to try to show me up or show me what they got. I don't care what you got, because I'm going to bring this heat regardless. They paid me to do this. So I got to sit through this opera, I'm going to call it, of male comics just doing, I don't know what it be, but I'm going to do me.
Like, of course, Monique is my friend, and she's been noted as speaking her mind. I mean, it seems like when anytime a woman speaks her mind, she's demonized, called to be, called to, like she is less than a human. And I don't think that's fair. What's your thoughts, Eunice?
Well, I think in any honest room, if you ask who has the most sense, the answer will be women. But
okay.
Because we live in a patriarchal society and women are still deemed the lesser version. I mean, I think about all of the political conversations people have every day that are generally based on the Constitution, a document that when it was written, I wasn't counted as a person for two reasons, because I'm a woman and Black. So a lot of the conversations that people have, and they never meant to have them with me.
Wow.
So it's hard for them to think I have to say, because you weren't even supposed to be talking right now.
Now I will say this, ladies. I've been in comedy 30 years, 30 plus, and a lot of times the greatest enemy to women are other women. Is that true, or am I losing my mind?
Listen here. People act like women don't like each other. When men have an argument or altercation, it's just fight. Dudes just argue. Dudes just fight. Women are catty and diva, and we don't get along. Like, it's just regular stuff. I'm gonna just tell you, across the board, I don't like women and men. It ain't like it's just
you don't like nobody.
I mean, I'm just saying, when I don't like you, I don't like you as an individual. I don't dislike your sex. I dislike you. And so with whatever sex you is, you know what I'm saying? And my thing for not liking you is I don't talk to you. I don't talk to you. There's no reason for me to engage in any conversation with you. I just try to stay away from you. If we got to work together, let's work. But after that, it's nothing else to talk about. I just want to say this. I know y'all see this baby bed in the background. It ain't mine. I don't have no baby. I'm looking for a daddy. I need a daddy. Nobody else will do.
Explain baby dad in the back. I see you got to put a curtain up over the baby dad, Keita. Come
right.
On. So they can't see what's going on back there.
I couldn't make out what it was.
Men will say that they have beef with a dude, and they would tell you, "Oh yeah, I don't deal with him." But it let two women be in the room. The men will try to put against each other. They'll start kind of trying to create friction. And again, it's because it's not as many of us in that space. And so men just see woman. And so that's the same thing. All of them the same, and they should be in competition. Right. Whereas you can have 400 men and all of them swear they special and different and unique. And so again, that's just the mindset that men who run the business, the men that'll be like, oh man, I heard she said this, or oh, she got put on to this. At the end of the day, like Keita said, if you suck, you suck. It really doesn't matter if you XX or XY.
I think if you're good, that you'll just rise to the top.
Mm-hmm.
You know, mostly females too, because there is a smaller number. So when you good, you know, like both of y'all are good comedians, and so by virtue of that, y'all risen to the top. But the only reason I bring up that idea is because I've seen women throughout my career be like, yeah, I know you got a show with females on it, but I want to be the only woman on the show. There's this queen concept that we've adopted in Black comedy that I think creates an atmosphere for one person to shine. And how do we deal with that? How do we make that different?
But Rodney, I am certain that you had dudes approach you and say, why you got old boy on the show and not me? Or why you traveling with this male?
Right.
And not me.
It's frowned upon for dudes to say that. Even if they feel that way, it's frowned upon. You'd be like, man, get your bitch ass out of here.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Right. So it shouldn't be remarkable if a woman is trying to get the spot. It's a comedian wanting to shine with another star. And so it's not a woman thing. It's a comedian thing. I want that spot. You should put me on.
Right.
On that spot.
Right.
You know what? That's more than fair. More than fair. But welcome to the show. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. My co-host for the day, Miss Eunice, Elliott, and the great sweet baby Keita. Keita, you got something? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say, like, men make up stuff. One time I was sitting there talking to a female, and Steve Brown sat down and said, "Sweet baby Keita, you talking to a female comic? I heard you don't like female comics." And I looked around. I said, "Shut up talking to me. You stop talking to me." I'm like, I don't understand. Like,
you shut your ass up.
You shut up. Yeah, because I'm talking to somebody. Like, don't make something out of nothing. Like, I am truly, I like whoever. Listen, I'm here. If somebody want to ask me a question or talk to me or whatever, I don't be standoffish or nothing. I'm cool. I don't have no problems with nobody. If you got a problem with me, I'm telling you, you got to be a high-ranking demon. You hear me? You got to be evil for me just not to like you. A Eunice too. Like, you can't tell me that people that I just like people, and I genuinely like. Everybody know I used to love Carlos, like love him, but I loved him as a comedian, as a good person. I knew he was gonna rise to the top. I loved him in that. It wasn't about sexual or anything. Like, you can't even love people. Like, people used to be so jealous. Why he always your man crush Monday? He's that who I want to be. That's what I'm crushing on. Right. Carlos is where I want to be. That y'all don't understand. But it got to a point where Carlos said, "Keita, stop making me your man crush Monday." He was like, "I'm tired of arguing with people." Like, people was calling him. Like, really? The love I would show him, I would bring people out. It was nothing. If Carlos came, I bring 50 people with me. 50. I know how to get people out. I know what to do. And if I want to make something happen for you, I can make it happen for you. And I wanted to show him some love, and nobody understood it. So now, I mean, I got so much backlash from just genuinely loving somebody and wishing their career well. I don't like it.
That's upsetting to me, but I know it's true, and I know that our industry, especially Black comics, do that. You both are making a transition from opener to feature, from feature to headliner. Talk to me about the business of what we do, Eunice. Like, as you make that transition, and you've even made the foray in the daytime news and working on that level too. Talk to me about that business.
Well, first I want to piggyback on what Keita said. Also, people try to pit you against each other as women when you have different styles. Keita and I have very different comedic styles. I just invited Keita to the Stardome to do a show with me. So funny appreciates funny. And it's not one is better or less than. It's, hey, I want to give an audience a great show, and it's something for everybody on the lineup. But a lot of times people will try to say, oh, well, because you're this type comedian or they're that type comedian, y'all must clash or y'all don't vibe or y'all in competition. So I just want to say, game, recognize game, real, recognize real, and you just want to be entertaining, okay, as a professional. Now, as far as making the transition through the comedy world, I think this is my November, I make my 15th year in comedy, and I've been able to see comedy as a wonderful outlet. I've never done comedy 100%. I've always had other creative outlets to where when I get on stage, it's a time for me to focus my energies into one group of people at a time. Whereas when you're on TV, that's a different group. When you're on social media, it's a different group. But when you have a group of people, almost a captive audience, literally, you can play up to what they want to hear about, what they want to talk about. So I just like vibing with whatever energy I have. As I've grown in the business and get more time on stage, it gives you more time to play and also kind of settle into the pocket. You're not just like 1, 2, 3, ready, go. Let me do my 5 minutes. Let me do my 8 minutes. Let me do my 20 minutes. When you get more time, you get more time to be more authentic, I feel, when you're on stage, because you can let it breathe a lot more.
I love that. Sweet baby Keita, you know, watching your journey has been so impressive to me. Keita say, Rodney, I can get 50 people. That's remarkable. Talk to me about being able to connect with people where they want to come see you.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people have followers. Those people are not, they real on social media. They're not real when you get to the club or getting people out to the club. I know how to talk to people. I connect with people. Like, I genuinely am who I am. I can't show them nothing fake. I can't be out here being fake. And it ain't about a man or a woman or whatever. Business is business. You saying transitioning to the different parts, like, you know that if I'm an opener, it's 5 to 7. Respect the light, do your 5, 7, get off. Stop trying to show people up or whatever. Like, you won't get the chance again if you keep disrespecting the microphone.
That's for sure. For me.
If your feature spot is your feature spot, do your time and get off, because the headliner is who they can't see, and that is mad respect. Just do what you need to do. Like, these people come on and they're going over the light, and first of all, the headliner.
Do you say anything? Do you just let it go?
Okay, I you know me. Wait a minute, this me. I say something. I give people the light and I boo you. I have been known to boo people if I don't feel like you funny. But I just want you to go ahead and get down. Like, please know that we don't like this. Like, if we just sit here staring at you and not saying nothing, obviously it wasn't enough because you still up there. So let me go ahead and boo you so you'll know really definitively this ain't working and I need to get down. But
I will say I won't boo you. But a big part of comedy times when people first start out in comedy is a learning curve, is comedy etiquette. And that goes from backstage to the stage, to time, to performance, to material, that there's a lot of respect and etiquette that goes along with being a professional working comic that other comics want to work with and that a club would want to work with. So it's not just, it's, hey, but does anybody want to be around you? Are you going to show up on time? Are you going to trash the dressing room? You know, so it's a lot that goes into it beyond just being funny. I see a comment. I know this your show, but somebody does want to get back to dating, and you know I do too. But go ahead. It's your show, Rodney. Go ahead.
I get it. I see that, but I want to have this conversation.
Somebody want to date me. Somebody want me. Listen here. You see these glistening.
I saw the comment that said we got off dating. So
if you could see these glistening titties early in the morning in the AM, they are open to dating. They like meals. They like long. I'm gonna tell you something. This is my little thing. I'll be like, my name is
Keita. Like long walks. They like long walks.
I like long walks and horseback ride. And I say this, and men think it's cute. But one dude, he took me to the Beltline and we ate, and then we went on this long walk. and it was cool going out, but you got to remember, you got to come back to get to your car.
Back.
Man, I was so mad. I was like, I need to stop telling people that I don't like long walks.
I like
long enough
I like
walk.
medium-sized walks. Yo, hey, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. I got my co-host today, fabulous comedians. And how about this? As your male counterpart, I have failed you, I'm sure. I have failed my female counterparts on more than one occasion by not speaking up, allowing my peers to say crazy shit. So, but, and I'm going to qualify this with this, and y'all tell me if I'm all way off base. I feel like my homies that's female can't, like, it's almost disrespectful to defend you. Or is that wrong?
Rodney. First of all, me and Eunice from Birmingham, I'm from South Carolina. I fight. You hear me? I get right in there with these hands. But too, like, sometimes you want a man to step in to buffer a man. You don't, because I don't want to have to come out the bag and they be like, Keita just need to stop. But for real, like, I got a stalker and he had followed me to Cats. And you know him, everybody know him, Harry.
The little crazy man.
Right.
Yeah. Anytime
he see me somewhere, he just show up. And he's not a threat, like threatening. He just.
But you don't know that. He might one day.
Right.
Like, I've had some talks with that little dude, though.
And he artistic and he in love with me. I do know that. And so I'm at Cats. And he's sitting at a table that's reserved. He won't move. He want to sit next to me. The people can't even talk to him. I'm on my live. I said, y'all see Harry done follow me up here. I said, somebody call Foolish and tell him to come and get me. And then somebody called Foolish and he came up there. He cussed Harry out.
That's how the Dr. Foolish.
Right, Dr. Foolish. And he let Harry know what was up. But he was mad at the other comics, like, why Keita had to call me from home and come up here and help her and all y'all right here. Like, y'all just think this funny. He was real mad. He was
and I get that. And that's what I'm talking about.
I have taken you personally as a champion because you have worked with strong dynamic women and you invite strong women to work with you. I think sometimes where men fail us, it's not so much defending us, but setting the tone where it's not going to be allowed if you in the space. And I think that's how you move in the world, you know? So it's not so much that somebody has to come at it and then you got to step in to defend. But, you know, I think as all of us grow up, as we get older, we should be setting the tone of the room. And so other men and other comics need to know if Rodney Perry in the room, we not doing that right here today. Rodney don't allow it.
And that's actually true too, ladies. Like, it's stuff that I be hearing stories about dudes doing. I'm like, he don't do that shit around me. You know, but they don't do it around me. Candy, you popped in. You got a word?
Yeah, I was going to say about, like, as far as the comics, the female comics, like from the outside side, I'm not on the stage, but I'm around, you know, you ladies a lot and gentlemen. And I feel like y'all men, typically, like, y'all pick and choose when y'all want to hold us down and not. Like you said in the beginning, Keita, when they say the female comic, it's like, just say a comic, you know. And in the backside, you know, when we're backstage in the green room, you know, you talking to them like, you know, we're all talking like we're all one group. You know, the men say what they want to say. You know, they probably cover up a little bit, you know, when women are in there. But it's like, if you coming back here talking shit, being regular, go on stage and be regular. Like, don't try to make it seem like it's one way on stage and another way behind the scenes. So I can understand that.
That's an interesting point. That's an interesting point, Candy. And we're gonna hit this before we go to break. So is your peer conversation ever crossed the line? Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as peers, we have light banter. You know, "Ooh, Candy, you look good today. Eunice, I see you. All right, okay." So you know, when is that too much?
One time I walked up the.
Go ahead, Keita. Okay, one time, this was at Uptown many years ago. There was a comedian who was sitting next to me, a male comedian, and some people talk with their hands, but he kept having to hit my thigh every time he had a thought. And I said, hey, that's kind of weird to me, so I would move his hand. And he kept touching me to the point where I had to say, no, seriously, I really don't want you to touch me anymore. And so he kept trying to touch me, like to show that he was going to touch me regardless. I've never talked to that comedian ever again. I've never dealt with him again. I removed myself from the situation, but it's one thing to kiki, and it's not like it changes. But if I actually express a boundary and you show me that you don't have to respect it and you will not respect it, we can fix that. That's very easy. I'm not going to argue with you about me, And so I think where we cross the line is sometimes when we're backstage and everybody's jonesing or kikiing, a lot of times as women, we'll set ourselves up to have a lot of stuff thrown at us because we want to show that, hey, we want you. We can roll with this and all that. But a lot of times men take it a little bit too personally, or even when you try to play back with them because they know what you're saying is probably rooted in more truth than a general female insult they threw at you, then it's not fun anymore when you start playing and talking about it.
I see Sweet Baby Keita rip the best of her.
Right, and they get really sensitive though. Men get really sensitive.
They be ready to fight me.
Yeah.
I have a question for the lady comics. Do you all date other, like, is that your circle? Do you date male comics?
I have. It's not, listen, because you see these people all the time, and I just know how to keep my real life separate from Sweet Baby Keita. Like, that is an entity. That's a person. That's a brand. When I go on stage, like, don't even bring that stuff around when I'm doing business. Like, I'm so business. I show up on time. I look good. I have my stuff together. I'm ready. If we need to wait, I'm waiting. I ain't over here. What's going on? Or, you know what I'm saying? And I don't do all that. I'm real easy to work with. I just sit back and wait my turn. I'm not doing all that.
Let me ask you this, Keita. Let me ask you this, because I felt bad about this. Because I know one of the guys you dated, right? I'm not going to say his name. I know, and he and I began to work together, and I was like, I've been knowing Keita longer. I really should have worked with Keita first, right? So after I catch myself, then I'm like, I felt kind of whack because of that. Is that whack? Because, I mean,
no.
Oh, was you asking?
Like everybody like a person they way. Like, that's how I am. Like, I be feeling like y'all, I know y'all got wives and stuff like that, but y'all comically, y'all belong to me. Like, that's my person. I love them. And I would never disrespect your home or nothing like that. Like, I just love people genuinely. But for me, like she said, I was at Uptown one time and I had on a crop top and it was kind of tied in the front. And a comic walked up to me and touched my breast and I said, what is wrong with you? He said, I couldn't help myself. I said, you will when I punch you in the face. You gonna help yourself into an ambulance. Like, it just, like, people, I think they overstepped their bound, and it was in front of the person. Like, I do date a comic. So he out there. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, y'all don't have no home training. Like, some of this stuff come back to regular stuff that you should have.
It's not comedy at all. It's like how you was raised.
Right. A lot of people try to overcast that, like they're this or they're that. They're a comic. They still human. They still got characteristics. They do this stuff on their own. Like, we are not all the same person because we decided to be a comic. And so people need to start looking at people as individuals. That's how I had to start. You know what I'm saying? I don't generalize people. Like, I know that you are this person. Rodney, you are a king to me. If you don't defend me, I promise you, I get right in there and do 2 to the body and 1 to the face. I do not need you to defend me. Like, I need you to say, no, don't do it. I remember one night, I don't know, I was telling a joke and it was about my baby daddy, but I don't know if it struck this dude like so. And he was like, you toxic, B. You toxic. And I was like, is that my baby daddy? Not everybody laughing. So he started getting up. I asked the girl, I said, is he with you? Is this your dude? You need to get him. Put him back on the leash. I don't know how you handle him in public, but then so she embarrassed. And this dude is coming toward me. And I said, sir, if you want to say something, somebody can give you a mic. But I promise you, you won't last. I'm going to kill you. I annihilate you. I told him. I said, if you think you want to fight me now, after you get this mic and we go back and forth, you going to want to kill me. And then so the producer of the show, she was coming with the mic to hand it to the dude. My homeboy ran up and said, no, key to fight. Like, put that mic down. Like, please let this man go. Like, the whole club was against this dude. Like, I did nothing to him. I don't even know what sparked us in this exchange. But at the same time, me and the person that I'm dating, he right there. He looking like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to fight for her. Right. And I'm looking like, no, you ain't got to fight for me. I'm gonna be the made a man look like he is less than, because I be right in there ready to get 10 toes down. My daddy taught me how to fight, and I was about to take this dude out.
Hey, y'all, this is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. My co-host for today, Sweet Baby Keita, the great Eunice, Elliott. And now my guest is just arrived. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the bad girl of comedy, Miss Luenell. Oh, my God. We about to get it going. Hey, it's Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live.
Type 2 diabetes can have a big impact on your life, but how can it be prevented? Well, the first step is knowing if you have prediabetes, a serious medical condition that puts you at high risk for type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 American adults has prediabetes, but more than 80% don't know they have it. The good news is, prediabetes can be reversed, and for many people, healthy changes in their daily routine can make a big difference. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
We are back. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. I've been friends with this lady for, a long time, man. We were both younger. We were both slimmer. I was there. We were working on a pilot for a TV show. She's there. I'm there. She's pregnant with her now 20-something-year-old baby. And she had that baby that day. I remember like it's yesterday. We're in a great comedy incubator of the Bay Area, and she's here today. She's a movie star. She's a TV star. She's a comedian, and she won't be disrespected. How about that? My name is Rodney Perry, and this is the bad girl of comedy, Luenell.
Good morning, Rodney.
How are you?
Good morning, everybody. These are literally the first words I've uttered this morning, except for, oh God, when I realized that the interview was this morning. So please forgive my Barry White tone.
No, you are always, first of all, Luenell is my friend and makes the best gravy of all time.
Period. On period.
I mean, she got a little jar of grease on the stove right now, ready to make some gravy.
Not as much as I used to. I'm not making anything as much as I used to due to my very intense schedule. But yes. I did buy some pork chops yesterday. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. Man, we've been covering a lot with our lady. Sweet Baby Keita is my co-host, and so is Miss Eunice Elliott. You are very vocal about the treatment of women in this game. You know, good or bad, you know, whether people like it or not, you never bite your tongue. How do our female comedians get the respect they deserve?
Oh, you have to earn that.
Okay.
You have to earn that. And the only way to really earn it is by being as funny as every man in the room, if not funnier. You have to have a following. You know, when we left Oakland and came to LA, we brought all our Oakland fans with us.
True.
And there's people from probably the town that are watching your show on a regular basis to this day. That's the only way to get respect. Like, I didn't come in to, well, let me not lie. I won't say, I was going to say, I didn't come in this game going, you know, you're going to respect me and I can hang with you guys and all that stuff. I did say that, but that was because my work proved that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of women in the game, and a lot of women may not like what I'm about to say. There's a lot of women in the game, but there's not a lot of women generating heat.
Well, what do you mean?
You know?
Give me that.
I mean, names that are being called in rooms that they're not in.
Right.
Their social
media. Is it their fault? Because if there's some really funny comedians.
I wouldn't say it's nobody's fault. It just is what it is. If your comedy speaks for yourself. No matter what you say, no matter how you dress, no matter how you look, no matter who you know, at the end of the day, it's your comedy. Your comedy is what's going to get you the respect, whatever style it may be. I certainly am not throwing no stones. Everybody knows I'm the original bad girl of comedy. I got that name from Rick Sullivan 35 years ago. The trash that I'm talking today is the trash that I was talking 35 years ago when I got into the game, because that's just how I speak when I'm comfortable. Of course, I have a Bachelor of Arts degree in English literature. I can hang with the best of the educators, but the way I speak on stage is the way I speak when I'm comfortable. And I like to be comfortable with my audience, make my audience feel comfortable with me. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to, there's the difference between wanting to be good and wanting to be great. And if you want to be great, you're going to project your comedy in such a way that everybody, black, white, male, female, gay, and straight, is going to want to come and hear what you have to say. And that's, I can't say that for everybody. Now, everybody, what I did find out is everybody, no matter how big or small, even if you're the tiniest little peg on the toe, everybody got their own fans.
True.
Everybody got their own fans. And just, you know, you got to start there. Like, somebody's got to like you, you know? And,
okay, Luenell, let's go back. Because you were maybe the first comic I seen on television. I was in Oakland. I first touched down in Oakland.
Oh.
And you were on Soul Beat, which really was the precursor to BET.
Absolutely. Soul Beat Television Network, for y'all that don't know, was a Black-owned and operated television network in Oakland, California, that served Oakland, Alameda, Richmond, Berkeley, and some of San Leandro. These are cities that all run together, like Compton and Inglewood and, you know, Gardena and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Johnson was the founder of the station, and he had it for many, many, many years. Like I said, Black-owned and operated before BET. So another advantage I had, Rodney, is that with me being on television every day, and we were talking about this yesterday, because this was in the era where people were just starting to get VCRs.
Yes.
And nobody really knew how to program one, so they would tape when they were gone. So literally there was things in Oakland that would not move until I got off the air. Wow. And I would go to the bank and people would be like, I was just watching you. I didn't come out till you went off the air. You know, this was real time shit. Yeah. And when comics would come from around the country to Oakland for the Bay Area Black Comedy Competition, 90% of the comics that came in from other states, I was able to interview on my television station. That gave me an advantage when I came to LA, because I already knew everybody, even though I was not from Los Angeles. Right. You know? I can't really say what the formula is, because the formula is different for everybody.
True.
The road is different for everybody. The story is different for everybody. There's nobody that you can say, well, if you do this, 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 and this, you will become a great comic. The people determine that, you know?
Right.
And I think that it's also a rare woman that can make men come out without the girls, because a lot of times men come with their girl. They come to the club, they come with their girl. It's a date night. But when you can get a table full of guys, like 4 guys, no girl, that will come and see you, you know, now you're generating some heat. Now you're doing something.
Hey, Miss Luenell, you're a mother, and your career hasn't slowed down. Is there a guilt for a woman in this business? Because as men, we just go. We don't ask nobody. We don't, you don't even think about the kids. But I feel like with my female counterparts, there's a sense of guilt. Is that true? What do you think?
You know, I don't have my lashes on, but I'm going to take my glasses off for this one because I want to be super transparent. I wasn't guilty.
Okay.
Not at all. Until we did go on Iyanla Fix My Life.
Okay.
My daughter and myself. And then I found out things that she hadn't shared with me. Incidents that would happen on the bus when she was on her way to school that I didn't know anything about. Incidents that happened at school that I didn't know anything about. And now I'm saying this, but I wouldn't change a motherfucking thing.
I get it.
I wouldn't change nothing. My daughter was with her father, as you know, and a
great comedian in his own right.
Yes, I fucked a comedian, lady. The main thing we tell you not to do, I did it, and I had a baby with a comic. Lord have mercy. It was big news in Oakland too, because it was huge. It was big news.
Yeah, it was big thing.
And then of course I got incarcerated, and you know he took the baby and this and all stuff. I wouldn't change a thing because every sacrifice that I made got us to where we are now, which is very comfortable by myself. You know, my daughter doesn't have any student loan debt. I paid for San Diego State University. My daughter has a place to live. It's 4 blocks from me. You know, it's where in the studio apartment that I lived in for 15 years before I got.
Oh, get out of here! That was the spot. That's my gravy spot.
Yes, and my daughter and my daughter came from college and she had her boxes. I was like, no. The studio down the street, down yonder. And so the guilt that I don't have, I will have if I have a grandchild. My goal is to not be on the road when I have a grandchild. I had a daughter without my mother. My mother passed a month before I got pregnant. And that's why I was in denial for like 5 or 6 months. Really. But my daughter's going to need some help. And I'm the one to help her. So I can't do that if I'm doing Thursday through Monday out of town. So my prayer after this Netflix special, which I'm doing, I think next month. Thank you. My prayer is to get the opportunity to have a show, be on a show, or get my late night show. You know, I want to be the next black woman in late night. Because at night, it's just white man after white man after white man after white man after white man. It's a snowfall at night. So I'm trying to disrupt that. You know, We had Monique. Of course, you were there for that. And we had Robin Thede. But I think that I was really born for it. And you know, you were there. I've been trained for it for 40-something years.
That's a fact.
Talk shows is what I've had all my early career. So my goal is to have my late night talk show, be able to be in town and help my daughter. If they need to come to my dressing room and hang out with me while I'm at work, fine. If I need to, get to them quickly, I can do that. Fine. That's my goal. I don't want to be on the road when I do have grandchildren.
I'll say this, Luenell, and I say I'll probably do comedy the rest of my life, but I don't want to have to. You know what I mean?
I want to go out maybe once or twice a month, maybe.
As I see
every
fit.
Week grind. But
yes,
not
ma'am.
Every week grind, no.
And you've been around the world touring as Luenell alone and touring with the great Cat Williams and touring. I mean, you've been every place a person could go. How much do you love comedy?
I always feel like this. I feel like you shouldn't do it unless you feel like you'll die if you don't do it.
Not a jewel. Didn't you give him a jewel?
You shouldn't do comedy unless you feel like you're going to die if you don't do it.
Yeah.
And I love comedy more than I love relationships. I love comedy at times, obviously, more than I love myself.
Wow. Ain't that something?
I love, I'm a comedy purist, which makes me kind of snobby sometimes. I watch every documentary from Lenny Bruce on out. Kevin's got a great documentary on now called Right to Offend on A&E. It's fucking excellent. Guy Torrey did the documentary that we're in, Fat Tuesday. Excellent. I watch documentaries on Lenny Bruce. I watch documentaries on moms. And that's what I feel is missing from some of the people in the comedy scene today. They don't research. They don't even care.
Wow.
All they care about is followers and likes and filling up the room. And the room could be filled up for many reasons. The room can be filled up because they love you on Instagram. The room can be filled up because they like the way you look. The room can be filled up because you have a point of view like they do. Or maybe you're in the same community, maybe LGBT community. The room can be filled up for many reasons. But I only want the room filled up if you want to hear what I have to say.
Wow. Hey, this is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We're talking to Luenell, the bad girl of comedy. Luenell, I got two co-hosts on today. It's no accident. I want to give them an opportunity to chat you up and ask you a question or two. I'm with Miss Eunice Elliott and Sweet Baby Keita. We are on with arguably one of the best comedians of our time. If you could ask her something, Keita, please, you got the floor.
Luenell, I mean, we just asked this question before, but do you like having a male go before you or a female go before you? Like, do you, wanted your feature to? I was your feature before, and you are really about your business. You cleared the whole room out. You was like, "Get out of here, everybody, get out of here." I got out too. I didn't know. And then they was like, "You're next." So I'm standing there by the door and I'm just looking forward. And I'm not saying anything to you because I ain't want to upset nobody. And you said, "Baby, what is you doing?" I said, "I'm your feature." You said, "Well, sit down." But you just don't know how to be, you know what I'm saying? Like I got put with you, but it was great, and it was a great opportunity. And you were just very, very straightforward. Like it was no games to be played. But I'm just saying, if you do it, because when I get to a pinnacle of greatness, because I am, what's better for me to have a male open up or a female open up or both on the show? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to be the only female on the show. I know that they asked that earlier, but I don't know if that's how you feel. That was my question.
Okay. Humble thyself, little sis. Now, everybody feels that they great, but it's really not for us to say that we shouldn't do that. I'm great. I'm amazing. That's not a good look, because we're only as good as our last show. And if we do a great show, we can kill 10 shows and then go to the 11th show and suck, and you will not be great then. So let the people say that about you. Don't say that about you. Second of all, back in the day, Rodney knows, back in the day, we weren't allowed to hang out in the green room with the headliner. There was none of that. It took me years to be able to hang out in a green room with Paul Mooney. It took me years to be able to hang out in the green room with DL. And we were peers. We started at the same time. So there was that. And you know, I just get kind of close to public with a lot of people in, but of course, not you. As far as who goes in front of me, I wouldn't give a fuck if a dinosaur went in front of me. You know, I don't have no preference whether it's a male or a female. I feel like if it's a male, I might even go a little harder because obviously you're the feature and I'm the headliner. So let me show you how it's done. But I don't have no preference. My cousin, comedian Shay Sugar, is my host or my feature on the road. She's not with me right now because her mother done took ill and she had to take care of her mom. But the woman who travels, I got a chick who travels with me. I don't have no preference whether it's male or female. I'm here to do my job, and I'm really not concerned with the person in front of me, except I do like to listen. See, a lot of people don't listen to the comic before them. Then you make the mistake of coming out and talking about a subject that they already talked about. So if there's a speaker in the room, I always try to listen. I may not be watching, but I always try to listen to the comic before me. As if they're talking about Obama, and I've got Obama material. Well, no, I'm not going to do it because the audience is going to be Obama'd out. And you also have to have such an arsenal of material that you can change on a dime.
Agreed.
You can be like, oh, I was going to talk about this, but I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about that. And that shouldn't throw you. You should have that much material and that much improvisation skills to be able to flow with the thing. So I don't have no preference.
Eunice, what you got for the bad girl?
Good morning, Miss Luenell. I want to say for the people in the comments who are obviously enjoying all of your wisdom and dropping jewels, I would like to say, and I know you don't remember, that when I met you, I interviewed you in Birmingham, Alabama, and you had on all your beautiful jewelry, and you gave me that yellow bracelet that I do still wear. So she gave me her actual jewels. Yes, thank you. Okay. But what I want to ask you is,
that must have been a very special day.
I believe it was. You smelled wonderful. You told me about how you like to leave a scent in the room. You smell beautiful, and you gave me that beautiful bracelet, and you killed it at the Stardome. But what I want to ask you right now is, how have you enjoyed transitioning into social media? Because I know you have lived on the stage for so many years, and now you get a chance to connect with so many more people that may never see you in person through your live videos and through social media. How do you feel like do you enjoy that, or how do you feel about social media and comedy, and your comedy too?
Actually, I do quite enjoy it because, you know, we have all types of fans. We have blind fans. We have paraplegic fans that will never be able to come to the club and see you. And they've watched your movies or watched your TV shows over the years and would love to come see you, but they can't. This is a way I really, 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 really connected during Corona. Mm-hmm. That's when all these shows started. Now, I was doing social media before, but I gained a new audience doing my YouTube show during Corona shutdown. I like to go live. I like to see people interested in what am I eating or how did I get my lashes on, which I obviously didn't do this morning. And I like to talk back and forth to them. It's a way to let the people in the town that you're going to tell folks, and they'll spread the word. Social media has a lot of great things about it, and I have embraced those. Social media also can be a very hurtful, dark place.
Yeah.
And, you know, nobody likes that. The keyboard gangsters are relentless and they're vicious, and they say all kinds of things to you that they would never step to you and say to your face. And I think that's chicken shit, and I don't like that. Because I'll tell the motherfucker, pull up. I'm here all week. You feel me? If you get at me, let's go. But I do have security. You won't slap me. And and let it be known, I got a weapon on stage. You may not see it, and it ain't a gun, but you will bleed if you step to me. Let that be known. I'm an old bra bitch.
Yo, Luenell, I cannot thank you enough for coming on, man. We go back many years. So just to give y'all some background, when I first knew I was going to start this show, I called Luenell. She said, nigga, get a couple of weeks under your belt. And I'll come on. Ken, you got a question for Luenell?
Hey, Luenell, good morning.
Luenell.
Good morning.
It's my sister and my booker, my producer.
Okay, great.
I just had, first of all, thank you for coming on the show. One thing that I know about you is that you always fly. You keep your nails done, you keep your glasses together, your hair, your clothes. And that's a lot to be said for being in the game for 40 years. You are 100% Luenell, confident, and it shows every day. So kudos to you for that. Have you ever thought about, like, we talked a little bit about mental health last week and female comics. Have you ever thought about like mentoring female comics or even male comics when it comes to, you know, longevity and staying confident and pursuing their goals and dreams in comedy?
Well, you know, I used to do some of that through Hope Flood's Comics Rock Convention. Mm-hmm. I was the first person that the people who would fly into town would see. I would start off by talking about certain things. I have been asked many times about mentoring people. That takes time. Somebody would need to shadow me for me to mentor them. And is that going to be on my dime? Am I going to take a mentee and fly him around? Probably not. But if you got to grind, you'll get where I'm at. You know, nobody, when Rodney and me started, you know, you comics flying the fuck around, you're spoiled and you're fucking privileged. Because Rodney and me, when they started Comic View and shit, there was motherfuckers driving 4 deep from New York City to fucking Gardena, California to be on Comic View. There was
for $150. $150.
That's right. For $150, that's all the fucking punk ass money you got. That don't even pay for the gas when it was $3 to get back to New York. And we was 3 and 4 bitches deep in a hotel room, not with 3 and 4 beds. Okay. There's a lot of sacrifice that we have gone through. And I think that a lot of comics get paid too quick as well. You know, you got to earn them dollars. You don't get them just because, you know, because you're here. They also are still doing that thing where y'all sell tickets and you got to bring, you know, 50 people to the show and stuff like that. Remember that shit, Rodney?
The bringer rooms? Yeah.
Yeah, we got to bring the fucking room. We got to perform and bring the room. It's just, so for me, and also I feel like there is a small minority of people out there who might want to hear what I have to say comedically, but for the most part, I don't think they're interested in what I got to say, because I shadowed Mooney, and I shadowed Rodney Winfield, and I shadowed Laura Hayes, and I shadowed Mark Curry. I shadowed these people. I followed them around. I watched them. I watched how they move. I watched what worked in this room, what didn't work in this room. I went out for a year and didn't even do comedy. I just watched for a whole year when I first got to LA. I think that with the newer generation of comedian, I don't think they care. I think they got it all figured out and they don't want to listen to no OG like me. And that's the way I feel. I could be wrong. I may think about it in the future, but while I'm out here on this grind, I just can't mentor anybody. I hope that these interviews like this can touch somebody and get little jewels and little nuggets like this. This is the best that I can do.
You know what I always say.
By the way, people, it's 6:30 in the motherfucking morning in LA, and I told Rodney it ain't another motherfucker I would get up and do those 6:30 in the morning interview, but your ass. But I lied. I do it for like Charlemagne or somebody like that. But,
I think that.
But I said, well, for you, I do it. I had my lash in my hand. I was trying to get them bitches on. I said, I don't have time. I gotta be.
When you text me this morning, you said, Rodney, shit, I'm running around here trying to get ready. I said, whatever you come at, you know, I'll take you like this, laying on the pillow. Hey, one of my closest and dearest friends, her name is Luenell. is she a bad girl? And that's gonna be our last question. Are you? I know you a sweetheart.
But no, I will say, Rodney, I was very intimidated meeting Luenell, and she was so genuine and so authentic and so sweet that even in the bad girl, she's authentic. And I think that's the beauty of someone like Luenell, is that she literally is every woman, and she has the gift to be able to share so many parts of herself online, on stage, and I think that's why we love her.
Hey, sis, thank you again for coming on the show. You got the final word, Luenell. Anything for the people?
Okay, I want to answer your question about whether I'm a bad girl. I want to give out my social if I can. I want to tell all these sisters on the panel today and the sisters watching, because I can't see the comments. I don't know what they're saying about me. You know, like I said, the keyboard gangsters are on here probably talking about I look like a fly and not listening to what the fuck I'm even saying. So sometimes that happens. But am I a bad girl? Yes, I'm a bad girl. I'm a bad girl in that I've been through a lot. You know, I've done the drug thing. I've done the jail thing. I've done the separated from my daughter thing. I've done the Vegas marriage thing. I've done the baby daddy thing. I've done the whole shit, and I'm still here, still standing, and still funny. In a situation which is not always funny. You know, I got 7 brothers and sisters. 2 of them got cancer right now.
Wow.
You know, we're dealing with that as a family. We got a family reunion in August that is very important to the family because, you know, we don't know what the future may hold. You know, I I think that being a bad girl, also, you have to be able to back it up. Don't just talk shit and be an asshole or moody or whatever, and don't be the baddest motherfucker in the room. You can do that, if you are indeed the baddest motherfucker in the room. But it's always nice to be nice. I do have my bad days. I got a lot of shit on my mind. And, you know, I'm not the soft and fuzzy motherfucker that they met all the time. I have a bark that's worse than my actual bite. But I will stand up for what's right. I'm very vocal. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of white folks. I ain't scared of men. I'm not scared of executives. None of it. And that may be to my detriment sometimes, but that's just what it is. You know, I'm not going to kowtow to the powers that be to get over. They're going to have to take me as I am. The same way they took Robin Harris, the same way they took Bernie Mac. You're going to have to take me as I am. Because I have not changed in 30 years. I don't see a change coming down the pike. So that's that. I want to thank everybody who was on, who allowed me to speak. I want to thank you, Rodney. I want to thank the people in the comments. I guess I'll go back and watch this. How can I watch and see comments? I don't know.
You can see it on the YouTube. My YouTube is youtube.com/Rodney Perry Live. And if you want to follow Luenell, she's at heyluenell.com is the website. She's Luenell, Luenell on Instagram.
Yeah, at Luenell.
And also on Facebook.
Well, Luenell Campbell on Facebook is my personal. The official Luenell on Facebook is my fan page. At Luenell on Instagram. HeyLuenell.com is my website for a comedy show, dates and tickets and merchandise and clips and pictures and stuff like that. And
you have the best merchandise too. Can I say that? Like them little glitter shirts. I'm like, them shirts is incredible.
Those are Swarovski crystals. I don't have the type of cheap ass bullshit t-shirt with rhinestones on it that half of them fell off in the fucking car before you can even put it on. And if you got titties like we all do, you put the fucking shirt on and the shit start popping off in your titties. That's not me. My shirts are made with Swarovski crystals. They're highly sought after. Nick wore one of my shirts on BET Awards. Once Darius McCrary wore one of my shirts in a play. You know, everybody from Karen Clark Sheard down to Wiz got my shit.
Wow.
So get you some. Get you some.
I told y'all Luenell be fly. She fly every day, every day, every night, and with her merch.
I love you, Luenell. Thank you for coming on, sis.
Thank you, ladies. I hope
Thanks,
to see
Luenell.
you, sweet baby Keita. I hope to see you, Eunice, again soon. And Candace, thank you for Rodney. I love how you got the women executives on your team. You know what time it is.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, y'all, we're going to take a break. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We'll be right back. Hey, we are back. Hey, Candy, play the top of the hour.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.
Yo, what a great chat. Luenell came through like the champ she is. And what I wanted to accomplish with that interview, I mean, anytime you go and talk to somebody, I think Larry Jeter, you funny, man. I watch stuff with Luenell all the time, and she ends up commenting on some whatever hot topic is happening in the Twitterverse. But I just wanted to talk to my friend, man, and I think that was great. And please join me, sweet baby Keita, Eunice, Elliott. Great job, guys. Great job. Thank y'all for giving. Candy, you gotta hit the button, baby. I got it. Okay. No.
Hey, Candy.
Yeah. No, but I think you guys did an amazing job. Y'all made it personal, and I'm glad y'all had some personal stories too. That was really dope. Thank you. My co-host today on point.
Right.
We about dating.
Right. Huh?
We still dating. Your dating stories are so. Huh?
I think I have a delay. Yeah.
Oh, your dating stories are so funny to me. Like, I be laughing so hard because it is hard. And when you said like take 2 or double back, that was so funny. And then I went and watched that story. I was like, Eunice is crazy. But it's a lot. Women do not understand. I be telling my friends though, I be like, I'm down for the free meal. I'm there to eat. Now, sir, I'm gonna eat your food. I'm gonna listen to what you got to say. But I'm gonna determine in that time of me eating and taking home some food that we ain't for each other. I go ahead and make a decision right then. Like, it ain't no need to drag this thing out, or I can fix him, or he need that. It's too many women want to fix these men. Stop that. Like, you want to make them into what you want. My friend was dating this guy, and she was like, oh, he's so cute, and he's funny, and he make me laugh, and he this. And she was like, I'm gonna get his teeth fixed. And I was like, that don't even sound right. Like, if he didn't get his teeth fixed, why you gonna get his teeth fixed?
Kaden, first of all, you need to mind your business. Let that man get his teeth fixed.
No. I feel like a lot of times women fix up men, and once they get that little confidence, that little then they leave you and they think somebody else really want them.
But let me say, we teach little girls to fix up men. But little girls' toys are all process related. It's your dolls, you fix their hair, you fix their clothes, you mix the little chocolate to cook it with the light bulb. And little boys' toys is like 500 soldiers for $1. So they don't even value them. They lose 2,000 soldiers. It's 10,000 more still in that little bag, and the gun don't even come out his hand. So little girls are raised to put in work to enjoy themselves, and little boys just like they don't put forth no effort. My brother used to play with a piece of paper, and it was his best friend called a chubby, just bouncing around the house. You know, so all that's right, the problem. Little boys and little girls grow up to be men and women.
All right, ladies, our next segment, and I looked this up this morning. Top 10 best soul food dishes. All right. What do you think is on the list? What's not on the list? Eunice.
I'm gonna say number 1 is neck bones.
Neck bones ain't on the list
at all. I was torn between neck bones and macaroni and cheese.
I was torn
between macaroni and cheese.
Mac and cheese is definitely on the list. Neck bones is not. Sweet baby Keita, what's on the list?
First of all, you said that gravy. Mine is smothered pork chops. Sylvia's have the best smothered pork chops ever in life. Anytime a pork chop is submerged in gravy, God has blessed it.
Okay, smothered pork chops is not on the list. Let me go down the list.
Cornbread.
Number 10.
Fried chicken.
Number 10. 10 to 1. Number 10 is chicken. No, ma'am. Number 10, chitlins.
Oh.
I do not eat chitlins. Who eats chitlins?
I don't. Nobody.
I'm just not black enough.
What Keith Sweat said. Nobody don't eat no chitlins.
Wait a minute. Okay. Next one, number 9. Black eyed peas.
Yes. On God.
On God. Now, they went sweet with this. The next one, number 8. Sweet potato pie.
Yes.
Not pumpkin pie.
No.
Black folks don't eat pumpkin pie.
There's a big difference. There's a big difference between sweet potato and pumpkin. Big difference.
Miss Eunice, you said this one?
They eat a good chitlin. Shut up. Anything that come in a mop bucket, you shouldn't eat it.
Yeah. Next one, cornbread.
I said that one.
Do you like your cornbread a little sweet?
Yes.
A hint, not like real sweet. No.
It depends. If I'm taking it and eating it, mushing it up in my greens, it don't have to be sweet.
That's sopping. You don't even know the word. Let me tell you something. Y'all young folks, man. You gotta sop that. Sop that.
I don't need my greens cornbread to be sweet. But if I'm just
what do y'all know about hot water cornbread?
Yeah.
You cook it on the stove in a cast iron skillet.
Like a pancake.
With a little grease. And I haven't had hot water cornbread in years. Honorable mention to salmon croquettes too. Speaking of,
that's much.
Wait, Keita, tell me how you do a salmon. Give me the salmon croquette recipe.
First of all, I have a secret ingredient to all my stuff. But everybody they either choose to do it with cornmeal or do it with flour. I make mine with pancake mix. Ooh. That is my secret ingredient.
Ooh, that sounds like
something. Turn out golden and fluffy. Oh my God. Everybody, I would bring salmon croquettes to work. My friend took my plate and said, I'm going to give you the money. You go buy you something for lunch because I'm going to eat these.
I'm eating these.
That's interesting. That sounds interesting. Pancake.
All right. Number 6, fried catfish.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Fried catfish is on the list.
I wouldn't think of it as soul food, but
fried catfish is absolutely soul food. You don't think so, Eunice?
I think it's kind of a general, like everybody eats fried catfish, I think.
I don't know. You may have a point. All right, moving on. Number 5, red drink.
Shut up!
Red drink.
If it ain't Kool-Aid, it ain't soul food, if it ain't Kool-Aid.
But that stuff to be in the gallon jug is red drink too.
Uh-huh.
Who now? Where did you get this list from, though?
The internet.
His cousin.
Well, then it must be true.
It's got to be true.
You got it on the internet. It must be true.
Eunice, that part.
All right, after red drink, they bring in peach cobbler.
Yeah.
My peach cobbler got to be buttery. And I'm going to give y'all this quick story. So, when my mom passed, right, the peach cobbler recipe we thought had died with her. Right? And come to find out, she had passed the recipe to one of my daughters, my daughter Rochelle. Nobody knew. And so Rochelle comes home for Thanksgiving. She's in the Navy. Comes for Thanksgiving. And she's in the kitchen tinkering and doing stuff. And she pulled out this peach cobbler. When I tell you I cried like a baby, I tell you, because you know, you connect certain things with people. Like that flavor, she had hit it dead on. It had enough butter. It was perfect. And she's like, Daddy, just try it. And man, it was like my mom was standing next to her. You know,
that is a beautiful story.
Yeah, it was
story.
Beautiful.
I love that. Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Number 3, mac and cheese.
Okay,
of
but
course.
does it have to be baked? Because I see people debating about, can you make mac and cheese in a crock pot? Does it have to be baked? Can it be in
I
a
don't
pot?
know. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. Eunice, how you do your mac and cheese?
I don't do it.
You don't do it?
Good answer.
Okay, this is the way you do mac and cheese. Mac and cheese, black mac and cheese has to be baked. But I won't turn down some mac and cheese that's not baked, for the record. But it has to be baked. But wow, look at sweet baby Keita. She froze.
I'm trying to figure. My only thing is, when I make macaroni and cheese, am I just gonna mix it up, or am I gonna do a roux for the cheese? Like,
talk to me about the roux, because you know me and Corey B had a whole argument about the roux, and I'm kind of pro roux right now. I'm pro roux.
I am. It depends on how cheesy you want it to be. Cause that roux, it just it's the cheese already. You just gotta sprinkle a little bit on the top and put that thing in there, and it's done. But when I mix up the egg and the milk and pour it through there and mix it up,
that's part of the roux. That's part of the roux.
Right. That's the difference. Like that's
I think it depends on how high you gotta go in the competition. Like, are you cooking for Thanksgiving? And you gotta really be like that mac and cheese, or if you just doing like a Sunday dinner, a little quick something.
People pay.
It's always a competition if you black.
People pay me to make macaroni and cheese. Like, I just mix it up and give it to them. They come and pick it up on Thanksgiving. My aunt.
When you put the paprika in?
First of all, my secret ingredient for macaroni and cheese, believe it or not, is cinnamon.
It ain't no secret no more.
Wait, hold on. Give me how you put the cinnamon, sweet baby?
I just do a little bit, and people be eating it, and you be wondering what that flavor
is. That?
Like, you can't get it. Like, you don't know what it is. You be reaching, but you don't know.
You use the cinnamon in lieu of the paprika.
I don't use paprika. I just use a little cinnamon.
And they give you a little color on top, but it give you a flavor too.
Yes.
I like that, Keita. I ain't never heard that in my life.
And now you see why I don't do it.
I need you to get it. Let me tell you something. It's a girl on YouTube. It says Southern mac and cheese. Follow her recipe. Do you do sour cream in yours?
No.
Try that sour cream, guys. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
That's gonna make it even more gooey and moist.
Well, another Southern thing is banana pudding. That's the big thing. But I make a pineapple pudding because I didn't eat bananas. Growing up, my uncle told me I looked like a monkey, and he would make monkey faces at me. And he said monkeys ate bananas. So I never did. Like, it's a phobia. I'm trying to get out of it, but I don't.
Your uncle is an asshole. Okay,
he is. He was 10 years older than me, so you know what I'm saying. I'm a little kid, so I don't eat bananas. So even when growing up, my mother would make a pineapple pudding for me because everybody eat banana pudding. I don't. So now I have this
So you
recipe
use
for
the same cookies. You use cookies.
I use the chess cookies from Pepperidge Farm. I make a pineapple pudding so cold that you'll forget about a banana pudding. You will not.
Pineapples are better than bananas, so I get it. But I would never try that. That's great.
I promise you, I bring my dish to places. It never come back with anything in it. Like it don't even stay around long. Like
if you look at it real close, you can see a tongue mark on the bottom.
Right. You know, I took it to AD. He invited me to his pool party.
Barbecue thing, yeah.
Yeah, and I took it there, and when I tell you it was just GONE, it was gone. They gave me back my little dish.
All right.
Let me say, I know that Rodney is always looking for ways to consume pineapple, so I know he's on that.
Hilarious. You got to come to the show live to hear that. All right. Last two. Number 2, greens. Lavinia said it. Do you prefer kale, collards, or mustards? Or some combination?
Who said kale? Not at all. Collards or mustard.
Not no kale.
Look, turnip greens, mustard greens, or collard green. Kale don't count. That's for vegans. That ain't us. That ain't so.
It just happened to be green. Now,
right.
I'm generally gonna go get a collard green. Candy, how you make your green?
I mix mine. I'm not a big collards eater. I feel like collards are a little too tough for me. I like mustards and turnips. I like my mustards and turnips.
You gotta cook that collard down.
Yeah,
I just don't.
I prefer the leafy, like the texture of a mustard and a turnip over a collard.
Miss Eunice, you make green?
You know what? I will always. I'm the person that's gonna bring the best napkins. The best. It's gonna be Chinese. It's gonna be a diverse box of spoons and knives and folks. Nice. You don't want to wash them. You don't want to throw them away.
Who brought these gold forks? Who brought these gold forks?
Yeah. So when y'all have the cookout, we gonna have utensils.
Hey, Eunice, you got the Chinette plates. Eunice got them Chinette plates.
Chinette.
Top quality. I'm talking about the napkins got pictures on it, designs. You can fit. They textured. You can read the napkin if you close your eyes.
Ladies.
I'm not cooking that.
Ladies, y'all got to jump on this one. Number 1.
What is it?
We did chillin'. We did black eyed peas. We did sweet potato pie. We did cornbread. We did fried catfish, red drink, peach cobbler, mac and cheese, greens, fried chicken.
I said that. Yeah.
She did say that.
That's the first thing I said.
Fried chicken.
I know
But you put fried chicken at number 10. Ain't no way fried chicken at number 10.
So Eunice, you got us on the chicken. We got a good meal right here. We need to do a potluck.
I will cook the chicken.
I don't do fried chicken. I don't do fried chicken.
Oh, really?
I will cook the fried chicken.
Like I don't cook it. I eat it. I love Popeyes.
Is there a difference between fried chicken and fried chicken wings?
It's all chicken.
Okay, it's all chicken. So one of the things that
if you can pull up Autry's Autry seasoning.
Okay.
It's you cannot make a bad piece of chicken with this.
Let me tell you what you do to bootleg your chicken breast or your chicken thighs, something that don't have the bone in it necessarily, is marinated in that pickle juice like they do at Chick-fil-A.
Ooh, stop right there.
That's how you fry that thing up. So that's what makes Chick-fil-A chicken taste like Chick-fil-A chicken is they marinated in pickle juice.
Oh, so pickle juice is basically vinegar.
Yeah,
I like
it moist. It seals in. You still flour and coat. You do all that pickle juice. And so when McDonald's starts selling their Southern chicken fried sandwich, and if you noticed, which you probably didn't, in all the advertisements for a McDonald's sandwich, there was a big jar of pickles next to the sandwich because that's what they started doing was marinating the chicken in the pickle juice. Like,
let me tell y'all something, ladies. This stuff right here, House Autry seasoning. It's a seasoned flour. You cannot make a bad piece of chicken with it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I never had it.
Do yourself a favor. Let me take this. What's this thing?
Can you fry fish with it too?
They got a fish one. You see where they got chicken right there? They got one that make fish. They got another one that make hush puppies.
Oh, wow.
All right, you can take it down, Candy. Do yourself a favor. Get you that house archery season. I swear to God. All right, I got a real quick one. I was appalled at this list. Top 10 hot sauces.
Tabasco.
This gonna be all wrong.
Tabasco is definitely on the list.
Frank's Red Hot. Frank's Red Hot.
Frank's is on the list.
Texas Pete.
I put that shit on everything.
Louisiana, Texas Pete.
The Texas Pete is on. Eunice.
Okay, I'm gonna go what you think Eunice would say. It might not be on the list.
It might be. It's a lot of stuff on this list.
People use sriracha as hot sauce.
Sriracha's on the list. Sriracha's on the list. So let's go down real quick. I've never heard this. Ninja Squirrel comes in at number 10.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Taco Bell got a hot sauce in a bottle.
Shit.
Never heard of it.
Taco Bell.
Crystals.
This ain't fair. This ain't fair.
Never heard of none of these.
You ain't never heard of Crystals?
No.
Crystals is a decent hot sauce.
Keep going.
La Catena. It's Mexican.
What you said wasn't Mexican, wasn't Spanish.
Not at all.
You're right at all. No habla español.
Texas Pete. People will fight you over Texas Pete.
Right.
All right, Texas Pete. Tapatio. That's Mexican.
Spanish.
That's Mexican. Tapatio.
I like how you have to tell us it be Mexican after you say what you say.
Tapatio. Tabasco, which Sweet Baby Keita said, I'm not a fan of Tabasco, but have you had them exotic Tabasco flavors?
Yeah. The smoke, they have like a smoked one.
Man, that shit good.
Chipotle one, yeah, it's good.
That Tabasco shit is good. All right. Oh, this is the sriracha.
What number is
sriracha.
What number is sriracha?
That is 3.
Okay.
Frank's hot sauce. Put that shit on everything. Is at number 2. And get this, guys. They got Cholula at number 1.
Wait, Louisiana wasn't on the list?
Louisiana wasn't on the list, but I put it on as an honorable mention. Louisiana was not on the list at all.
No.
What kind of white person made this list? This is made by white people.
I looked it up 3 different times, and I got mad that Louisiana, because all we use in this house is Louisiana.
Yeah.
Not me. I use Frank's.
I want to ask about red drink.
Frank's is good to make like buffalo wings.
Frank's is buffalo wing sauce.
Yeah, they have a specific buffalo wing sauce. But let me ask you about the red drink that made the other questionable list. If you could choose between red drink and grape soda, which one you gonna pick? Between red drink and grape soda.
Red drink all day.
Red drink?
I would pick grape soda.
Really? Now you know grape is a black flavor.
It is a great knee-high. Knee-high made all the best, whatever flavor it was.
Let me tell you something, Sweet Keith. I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna tell you why. When I was growing up, my granddaddy owned a funeral home. He had a soda machine in there, and it only had knee-highs in a bottle, glass bottle. Ain't no soda better than a glass bottle knee-high.
Right. Right.
Oh, wait, I got something.
Peach or orange.
Right.
Grape.
All of them.
I like the way you said they make the best whatever it is, because it probably ain't no real fruit associated with none of these.
I got me some liquid death.
Talk about this, Rodney.
Have y'all heard of this?
What is?
No.
This is spring water. It look like a malt liquor can.
It do.
This is spring water. They have a steel one and a bubbly one. It's a great spring water. We trying to get a sponsorship from them because I need them to give me some money. It's really good though, and
it's good to come out.
The idea is that they put it in an aluminum can to make it more recyclable. So the idea is death to plastic.
It's a bit strange drinking water out of a can because I don't think I've ever done that. So it like I feel like it may take some getting used to.
When it's cold though.
It's
That's
cold.
what I like.
It's good. It's
Why
really
do
good.
Candace sound like she telling her story on Law and Order how she got molested? It's strange that I'm drinking this water out of a can, and then you slide down in the shower crying with tears down your face.
Y'all off the chain today. Two top 10 lists. My co-host for the day, Miss Eunice, Elliott, Sweet Baby Keita. Man, you guys are off the chain. Eunice don't make no greens.
It's been a lot of fun, Rodney. Thank you for the invitation.
Eunice will cook some chicken, and that's all we need.
I just want to say this.
I know my limitation. I know my role in this world. I'm very self-aware. Now, I can cook all the things. I just get a lot of anxiety about cooking for other people.
Really?
So I cook for myself all the time. But, I think I try to make it so special that it don't never come out how I know it should come out when I make it for myself. So I don't do it. I don't do it.
Yeah, don't do that. Let me tell you something. Keita, you need to send me this recipe for this mac and cheese.
How do y'all feel about some of the comments like German chocolate cake not making the soul food list? Red velvet cake.
I mean, listen to the name of it. Nobody give a damn about no German chocolate
cake. What about red velvet cake?
I like red velvet. Red velvet is black.
No.
Cream cheese with cream cheese frosting only though. You can't just put white frosting on red velvet. It has to be cream cheese frosting.
Cream cheese. No, have y'all tasted Trick Daddy's blue velvet cake? Oh my God, it is so good. Oh my, it's so moist and good.
Hold on. Trick Daddy
I
cook?
love you, Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy cook?
Yes, he got a restaurant.
Air fried chicken is a thing, by the way, for the comment. Fried chicken in a skillet is one thing, and air fried chicken is another thing. You should never try to interchange the two. But if you like fried food, but you don't need to consume as much fried food, then put it in the air fryer and it's delicious. You don't even have to coat it.
So do that stuff work in the air fryer, Rodney?
No, you gotta fry this.
Yeah. Okay, but they have a special mix for the air fryer. They have a separate mix special. You can put some catfish in this different kind of mix for the air fryer and it will come out crunchy and it's perfect.
Get out of here. I wouldn't mind trying that. It's really
good. Catfish in the air fryer with that coating. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, we're gonna start doing air frying stuff. We're gonna
I'm like, y'all getting products.
Let me tell y'all something, ladies. We ain't talking healthy today.
we not.
Eunice put in, so we're gonna respect it.
I picked up on that. I felt somewhere.
Somewhere along the line.
Right.
Somewhere along the line.
Somebody said sweet tea. You know what?
That is. It should have made the list. It should have made the list.
You right. You right.
What else you should have made the list? Fried cabbage. I fry some cabbage.
Hold on, stop right there, Sweet Baby Keita. How you fry cabbage?
First of all, you start off with fat back. You fry it in the you fry it up to a good crispy fat back. You take it out. You leave a couple of pieces in, and as this grease is frying, you just put hands full of this washed cabbage over in there. It's gonna simmer down. As soon as it starts getting in there, you pour a little chicken broth. I mix the cabbage. I always use the purple and the green. Like my fried cabbage is so like you don't have to put no salt in it after cuss that fat
but you
back.
Use the meat is seasoned.
Bam, you done.
Sweet Baby Keita, I ain't never heard of fried cabbage.
Fried cabbage.
Even I have heard of fried cabbage, Rodney Perry.
Right. I will fry some cabbage on you, and then to like spice it up, I put a little cayenne pepper, just a little or whatever.
You kick it up a notch.
And then I put some craisins in it.
No, you don't put no craisins in there.
Yes, I do, and it's so good. It's so good.
Man.
Okay, so I already see another show called Cooking with Comics. And since I don't cook, I will come to y'all's houses and y'all can cook for me. And we can sit around and cook with comics.
All right, let's do this. I love that idea, ladies. What do you put in the crock pot?
You're a crock pot king. I watched your stuff and did one of your recipes before, right?
I like the crock pot. And my wife said, how you gonna call yourself the crock pot king? And the crock pot is sitting there for 20 years and you ain't never touched it.
The only thing I cook in the crock pot, and again, I know I would be judged. What you do is you burn some sausage in a skillet And in the crock pot, you put a couple of blocks of cream cheese, a couple of cans of Rotel.
Okay.
And then you put that sausage in there. Let that sit in the crock pot. You got this creamy sausage cheese dip. That's all I put in the crock pot.
That sounds good. That sounds good. What I put
it's
in
cream
the crock
sausage
pot,
and rotel
yeah,
tomatoes.
I put black eyed peas, lima beans. When I do them lima beans, and then I put some diced tomatoes in there. When I tell you,
why you gotta ball your fist up when you talk about
Keita about her food, okay? She about her cooking.
Listen, first of all, I get them smoked turkey. Now I boil them in there first. Then I put them lima beans. I get them frozen from Food Depot. They got the best frozen vegetables. That's my tip. And then at the end, just put some diced tomatoes in it. When I tell you, I don't send no man no picture of nothing I got. My hoo-ha's, my titties, nothing.
None.
I send them a picture of them lima beans.
He on the way. He on the way over.
I'll put a good pot roast.
Yeah,
I'll put red beans and rice. I'll put that in the
crock pot. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break. We come back. My next guest, man, it's written all over your face. Let me just say that. His name is Joe Little, and one of the most talented dudes in the game. We'll be right back with more show. My name is Rodney Perry. This is Rodney Perry Live.
What's up, y'all? It's Michael Sean, and I know you want to be a podcaster. You want a successful podcast. You want to give your views and opinions, but you just don't know how to do it correctly. That's why you got to hit up ShawneeScott.com. You want to be on radio, and you want to know how to build your radio career. ShawneeScott.com. She's done all of this. I've worked alongside her for years, and I will tell you the information that she can give you is on a value level that I can't even put a price on it. All you have to do is go to ShawneeScott.com. Your future, right now. That's it. Michael Sean. Yeah.
What up, y'all? We are back in full effect. My name is Rodney Perry. You're tuning in to Rodney Perry Live. Incredible show today. Thank you to the bad girl of comedy, Luenell, for popping in the first hour. My co-host for today, Sweet Baby Keita, Eunice, Elliott, master chefs. Who knew? Fabulous comedians. We knew that. But now it's time. Bring my homie on. I asked him to come on the show. He said, man, will I? He's an entrepreneur. He's a vocalist. He's a great human being. I've had the pleasure of knowing him for the better part of the last decade, and he's joining us right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Joe Little III, lead singer of the Rude Boys. What's up, Joe?
What's up, man?
Hey, when I saw you, I said Joe might be going to the oven. He went, because Joe, you do it all.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes, sir.
Joe, man, it's written all over your face. Take me back to the beginning, man, because you with Gerald Levert, you know, and he discovered y'all, am I right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
So how? I mean, how did y'all connect?
Man, you know what? I first met Gerald through Eric Nolan Grant from the OJs.
Got it.
And then from there, you know, I got one of the members of the Rude Boys. We were just a local band, and I got one of them to come to this night.
Hold on, Joe. Was y'all just in Cleveland, like playing the little spots? Yeah. And people knew about y'all. Okay.
Right, yeah. So we were just doing local and regional stuff at the time. And I was hanging out with Eric Nolan Grant, who at that time was singing background for Dennis Edwards of the Temptations.
Oh, wow.
And so, you know, I hung around him a lot because, you know, shit, he was on. As far as I'm seeing, you know, that's on to me. At that time, I'm like 19 years old. And so he used to get me up in this spot called The Reason Why, where it was a adult place, adults, like super adults. I was
you a
baby, man. But the talent up there was crazy. So I used to go there, and the lady that used to be the feature, she used to let me, chime in with her. And so I told one of the guys, Buddy, like, come on, man, let's go up to The Reason Why. It'd be jumping, let's go up there and sing, because we was like just doing bars and stuff. So we went up there, we were singing. In the midst of us singing, I seen Gerald standing on these steps. I never forget, he had like a damaged, used jean outfit on with some red snakeskin boots, dog. And I was like, man, dude, this dude, look at this cat. That's Gerald Levert. So I said, hey, everybody, we got Gerald Levert here. Gerald, come up and sing with us. And I could tell he was apprehensive. He was like, all right. He came up there, man, and we had a very, very explosive performance together. And from there, Gerald was like, man, I want to work with y'all. And so the next day, we went to this big mansion in Shaker Heights, Ohio, and went in, knocked on the door. Guy came to the door, Andy Gibson, who we would later find out was the president of Treble Productions, which was Gerald's, production company. And we went upstairs, made a left. As soon as I hit and see and look in the office, Eddie Levert there. Now I'm like, hold up, wait a minute now. I ain't know Eddie Levert was gonna be here, but Eddie and Gerald was there, and Gerald was like, "Hey man, these the guys I told you about last night, Dad. I want to work with them." And me and Buddy sang, and the rest is history, man.
Wow, where did the name come from, Rude Boys, or was there ever another name, another concept?
We had a gospel group, Buddy and myself and my best friend Mark Jenkins. And this guy named Eric Davis. We started off as a gospel group called Power.
Wow.
But then Buddy was like, man, I want to do R&B. And I'm like, shit, I want to do R&B too. That's what it do. And so he came up with a name called the Rude Boys, but he got it off a button on Prince's jacket on the Controversy album.
Really?
Prince had a button on his lapel that said Rude Boy. And Buddy was crazy about Prince, and he said some crazy shit like, hey man, I think Prince is calling out for a male group. Like we need to be the Rude Boys. And I was like, the Rude Boys, you sure? Because I'd never liked the name. I didn't like.
Okay.
To be honest, but is the name that we held, and we kept it. Like when we met Gerald, we the Rude Boys, and he was like, the Rude Boys. He's like, all right,
whatever.
We didn't feel like going through trying to find names, and so the name stuck.
That is so awesome to me, dude.
Right.
Wow. Tell me this, Joe, man. Talk to me about Ohio, because when you step back and look at Ohio, it's so much talent that comes out of Ohio. And, whether it's y'all or Levert or, Steve Harvey, Halle Berry, it's so much talent in that one incubator of this country. Talk to me about coming out of there and what that means.
Kim Whitley, one of your girls. Kim Whitley, her and Gerald went to school together. They grew up together. I mean, So much talent, bro. I mean, it's a hard place, man, especially for a Black person to come up out of, man. A lot of people don't know, like, what we deal with in Ohio. It's one of the most important places when the presidential election comes. You see that.
It hinges on Ohio.
Yeah, that's because of the cold. We got cold like a mug, man. Like we got water that's up under us, that's fresh, clean water. We got oil, like different stuff, like it's weird. But the talent here is crazy, man. What's the other guy that was in the movie? Hustle and Flow. He from Cleveland. The actor.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Terrence
Howard from Cleveland. LeBron James, Akron, 30 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. It's something in the water, bro. But in the mistake by the lake, it's something in that lake water, man. But they hate us. We are the butt end of every joke, man, Ohio, man. But we have crazy talent. We've done some amazing things out of here as far as different artists, recording. filmmakers, actors, actresses, athletes, and it just is a thing, man. But we don't get our credit. We don't get our credit, man.
Hey, man, talk to me about this, Joe, man, because you're not only a incredible vocalist, seen it with my own eyes. Your range is crazy, but you're a businessman. I follow you on Clubhouse. You are constantly recreating. I mean, I think that's why you're relevant after so many years. Give your boy some the coffee breakdown.
The coffee, bro. Yes. I've been doing it for years, and you've been watching me actually, man, and you watch it in stages. But I've been doing it since 2009. Urbean, Urbean, Joe Coffee. Dot coffee. That's the website, urbeanjoe.coffee. Urbane, not urban. But it's an idea that I came up with that my cousin also sparked within me in a crazy time, man. I was taking the L, man, real bad. I jacked off a lot of money or whatever, and just was out here, man, just really struggling. And my cousin came to me one day about like, man, why don't we try to do a coffee shop? He said, you're an icon here in Cleveland, and if you do a coffee shop, it'll jump off. And I was just like, with what? Like, we ain't got no money, bro. And so at that time, I was in tax trouble, and some money slipped through the cracks. And what happened is that I was really nervous because I had been hurting for a minute, but we utilized some of that money with another partner of mine named Rick and my cousin, and we came in together and we developed a coffee shop. And then me and my cousin came up with a name, Urbane Joe. He was like, urban because you're black. Joe, that's a cup of coffee. Your name is Joe. And he was just, coffee is the second biggest commodity in the world.
And they call coffee Joe. They call coffee Joe.
Yeah, yes. And coffee is the second biggest, at that time, was definitely the second biggest commodity after oil. I don't know where it stands today, but it's very high. And it just sparked me, man. And we moved forward and we just started real small, and we built up until like maybe the last like 3-4 years, man, it's really manifested as a brand. I've opened up plenty of shops, but now the branding is there. Yeah. I have 4 different ground blends, Blue Magic, King's Choice. We have a Black Diamond, and we have Gold Rush. But now I have the Dynasty K Cups. I have K Cups now, which was a hell of a venture, man. It like really cost me, but it's great. I had to stay in tune with the coffee business. So Dynasty is my K Cup, a 12-count K Cup that we sell.
I love that.
We sell mugs, hoodies, shirts, hats, whatever, man. And it's doing pretty good, man. I'm getting some decent support. I definitely got to get you some up there so you can profile and take a picture for it with me.
Done.
For me. But it's been doing good. I got a lot of people that's been drinking it. I have a lot of celebrities that have been helping me push it. And just Urbane Joe Coffee, that's where my heart is. I mean, my music is always first because it puts me on a platform for people to be able to see my works and what else I'm doing. So most definitely Urbane Joe Coffee. I appreciate you for bringing that up. But y'all see it, he's putting it up.
Oh, for sure, man. Let's do it again. How about that? Urbane Joe, Joe Little the Third, the Rude Boys. Tell me this, dog, because Written All Over My Face is one of my favorite songs. What y'all be saying in the beginning?
What, shoot up?
No. Like when they first start talking.
I say, hey y'all think y'all can sing this song? I say, yo Larry, you think you can sing this song today? And he be like, I'm kind of hoarse. I'm like, Melvin, buddy, no. I was like, all right, man, we gonna do it. And I'd be like, and kick it. Shut up. Yeah. Then we come in on it, man. That's a classic. Dude, I remember the day that we did that in the studio. Gerald was there, all of us was there. And we knew that this song was special, dude. Like, even if you listen to the long version, the album version, to the end, we at the end, like, hype, like, whoop, whoop, whoop. And Gerald like, man, let's hope we just sell 1 million. And then I never forget, I look over to Melvin while we in the studio. I'm like, man, Melvin, I love you. Because I knew, and I told him, he was like, I love you too. Because I knew we had arrived at that moment. Man.
Wow. I mean, how the presence of knowing that moment is amazing.
Yeah, man. When you know as a feeling, as a vibe. And I tell people, we are hardwired with intuitive prowess and things that help us know when something is what it is. And at that moment, I knew that song was going to be amazing. And we had a hard time getting the label to put it out. Like,
really?
Like, our first single was this song called Come On, Let's Do This. And it, like, just went flat. I think it came in and it got up to, like, 60 or 70 on the charts. But shit, to me, I'm like, shoot, we on the charts.
We on the charts.
We on the charts. But, hey, you know, at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm a winner, man. We got to get number ones. I done ran around here telling people since I was a little kid that I'm going to have a number one record and I'm going to win some awards. So this is the moment. So when it came time for the second single, Sylvia Rome, who was the senior vice president over Atlantic at that moment, was kind of iffy on the record. She was like, I don't know, because it had a different sound at the times. You're talking about the New Jack Swing era. Yes. So this song, what made it great is because it stood out, because it didn't sound like other music that was out, and it just had an infectious beat and an infectious hook. Like, it's written all over your face. Just smile, just smile, just smile. For me, is better than any word I've ever heard. And therefore, I just really believe that song took off in a time because it was very different from everything else, and that was a blessing.
Man, we talking to Joe Little. Let me bring my co-host in here, Sweet Baby Keita, Miss Eunice Elliott. We're talking to legendary recording artist, and Miss Candace Otoya. We're talking to legendary recording artist Joe Little. Ladies, I brought y'all in because Joe ain't singing to Rodney Perry.
He started though. He started.
How you know Joe singing to them?
Joe, I know what you're doing. Okay.
Y'all Negroes will call me early in the morning. Early in the morning.
Joe, you my
really
guy.
Using this. I'm really talking like this so I can wake my voice up. Hey. Me.
I ain't gonna put you on the spot, but if you feel the spirit.
Now, who was talking about? I heard y'all talking about them recipes. Y'all can't be getting a brother. Y'all can't make a brother hungry this morning like that. But
right,
you know what, Joe? I'm glad you brought that up.
Joe, you dating? This a dating.
This a dating?
You dating?
Segment.
No, I'm not dating.
Okay. Go ahead and sing.
You from Cleveland, not dating.
No, I'm not dating. I got a girlfriend. I can't get beat up.
Look at you.
Y'all gonna get me beat up.
Hey.
Okay, y'all ready?
Yeah, let's go.
I know that I'm a very lucky guy to have someone like you. Never met a girl in my life like you before. You make all my dreams come true. I love the way you carry you.
Carry you.
You got a lot of class and good taste. Right. And you don't have to say how much you care for me because it's written all over your face.
I'm gonna be a back on them.
It's written all over your face. Hey. Ooh. You don't have to say a word.
You don't have to say a word.
Smile for me is better than any word I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Joe Little. Please sing on the Rude Boys.
Right.
That boy good. That boy got talent.
Where's my fan at? I need my fan back.
Look.
Joe
Karaoke. Young people don't know you like that. They gonna think we out here doing
it.
Keita off the chain. Hey, Keita off the chain.
Real quick, man, before we get out of here, Joe, man, how do people stay in touch, bro?
Man, stay in touch. Y'all can go on my Instagram, Joe Little Rude Boys Official. Rude Boys Official. Rude Boys with the S. You can also find me on The Real Rude Boys with the S. That's Instagram. That's my group. And Them is basically how you keep up with me. UrbanJoe.coffee. Go get some of that coffee. Coffee is amazing. And I'm not just saying that because it's my coffee, but it is the greatest coffee in the world. And y'all just follow your boy on Instagram, follow my group on Instagram, and let's stay connected, man. And Rodney, I really, really appreciate. Listen, let me tell y'all, this dude is my real friend. We are friends in real life. Like, I love this guy. He's a big brother. One of the first people I met when I got to Atlanta through Madeline. And ever since then, we've been rocking like brothers, man. I got about 1,000 pictures of us together doing stuff, doing events together, hosting together. I mean, we tuxed up, looking good and fresh.
We got a few tux pictures.
Man, we got a few tux pictures. But I thank you, man. It's been a pleasure knowing you, Rodney, and thanks for adding value to my life, man. You always put me out here. You always showing me love. And I know that there's nothing that I would not do for you within reason. Pause within reason.
I ain't gonna ask you nothing.
Right.
About.
But yeah, look at sister with the pigtails. What's her name? Sweet baby Keita. Sweet baby Keita. Sweet baby Keita. But thank you, ladies, for having me today.
Thank you.
Thank you to your assistant Candy for keeping me in line and making sure everything fell in place. You know, and love y'all, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, mad love, mad respect. That man is Joe Little III, lead singer of the Rude Boys, and the proprietor of Urban Joe Coffee, man. Hey, it's an honor and a privilege. Thank you, Joe.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks for having me on, Rodney.
My man. Hey, really appreciate that. Miss Eunice, how do we stay in touch? How do we find you?
You know, I use my government name on all socials. So what you see under my name, Eunice Elliott, my website is euniceelliott.com. And I'm always doing something. You know, I write books. I do TV. I act. I write movies. I do stand-up. I have dogs. I mean, I'm pretty amazing. I mean, now that I hear me say it out loud. I'm around. Yeah.
Speaking of amazing, she's on the show today. She puts cinnamon in our mac and cheese. Oh my God.
You heard it here.
Let's not forget
You heard it here.
Let's not forget the pineapple.
Salmon croquette.
Let's not forget the pineapple.
Shut up, Candace. Quit telling all my secrets.
Sweet baby Keita.
Hey, it's not cooking with comics, it's cooking with Keita. That's the show.
Cooking with Keita. No, all jokes aside, Sweet baby Keita, how do we stay in touch?
It's Sweet Baby Keita at Sweet Baby Keita on Instagram. Sweet Baby Keita just like that on Facebook. That's my fan page. I am going to be at Uptown Comedy Corner on Monday. We are filming a movie, and it's about, well, I'm the main character. It's called The Joke Book, and we're filming The Joke Book All Stars. So if anybody want to come out and be a part of the audience and be on film, it has been picked up by Tubi. So we will be doing that on Monday, the 25th, July 25th at Uptown. Please come out. Please come out and enjoy, sit in the crowd. We're going to bring our A game and film this thing and finish it out.
Candace LaToya, how do we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Candace_LaToya and on the Rodney Perry Live Show.
Hey, my name is Rodney Perry. You're tuned in to Rodney Perry Live. We do this every day. We cannot do it without you. Thank you for tuning in. That is our show.
Get ready for America's #1 funny man. What? Hey. Make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, from LA to New York, Chicago to Mississippi, let's give it up for America's #1 funny man, Rodney.